Detective Inspector.
Sergeant.
Durrance, Ian Durrance. We met when I found that poor lad dead behind the wheel of his van.
Of course.
Yeah. I was on duty today, so didn't get to the service.
Oh, it was very, appropriate. Did you know the chief super well?
Oh, we went way back. Yeah. Anyway, it was nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Yes.
Who's that?
The officer who found Harry Steadman dead at the wheel. People were wondering if you wanted to say a few words.
What would I say? That my ex-husband was a corrupt officer and helped cover up a series of murders.
Saskia? Are you okay? Saskia?
Black male, early 20s, single stab wound to the abdomen. They reckon he's been dead about 8 to 10 hours. There's no blood trail or spatter. Seems like he died where he fell.
The knife's in the right hand. Could it be suicide?
Sockos don't think so. They reckon he would have dropped the knife as he went down.
Yeah, so it was placed there. By the killer?
He's looking that way.
Any idea?
There's a phone, but it's password protected. There's no wallet, just a car key fob. Billy's out looking for the victim's vehicle now.
Okay.
Saskia moved in about 6 weeks ago.
The guy on the floor, did you recognize him?
No, I couldn't even look at him.
5'10", black, early 20s.
Yeah, I've seen her with someone like that. A couple of times. Yeah, mind you.
What?
I've seen her with loads of men. It's my strong suspicion that she's a, sex worker.
What about last night? Did you see or hear anything unusual?
Oh, loud music, raised voices. Not that that's unusual. She's always kicking off at someone.
Were they male or female, these voices?
Both.
When was this?
About 10. Yeah, I was frightened Saskia was going to wake the baby, but then I fell asleep myself.
Sorry, I need a word. His Sergeant.
No way.
So our victim's a serving police officer.
Vivian?
We've got a bit of a situation here. Our murder victim is a serving police officer.
What do we know about him?
Constable Vincent Jarvis, station London Central, lived with his mother. She phoned in this morning. She was worried that his bed hadn't been slept in.
I'll visit the mother before it leaks to the press that the police officer's been murdered.
Shall I get Billy to meet you there? She's very good at the emotional stuff.
Good idea.
Okay, I'll text you the address. Oh, and There's something else.
Go on.
Young police officer, Black. Stabbed in the abdomen. Knife in hand, most likely planted. Does that remind you of anyone?
Police Constable Tyler Bates. It's a bit of a long shot.
Yeah, but it's worth bearing in mind.
Totally.
Is it about Vincent?
It is.
Better come in.
Take a seat, Mrs. Jarvis.
We're very sorry to have to tell you, Mrs. Jarvis, that your son is dead.
How? What happened?
He was stabbed.
Sergeant Durrant?
That's me.
I'm Detective Sergeant Vivian Cole. Weren't you at the Chief Super's wake last night?
I was. My condolences for your loss.
We were divorced. It was a long time ago. Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to be the bearer of more bad news. Police Constable Vincent Jarvis has been found dead.
Are you joking?
It looks like he's been murdered. Now, according to this CAD report, you were called to an incident with Vincent yesterday afternoon. Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, of course. Police Constable Jarvis had stopped a Mr. George Stubbs. Jarvis was acting on a tip-off that Stubbs had drugs in his possession. Mr. Stubbs complained about the stop and search, so I attended the scene and resolved the situation.
Resolved? How?
The complainant was satisfied with my apology and went on his way.
Okay, and no drugs were found?
None.
Do you know where Jarvis got his tip-off from?
He wouldn't tell me.
What did you do about that?
I didn't go as far as discipline. I mean, I would have only ended up looking like the bad guys, so I just gave him some words of advice. These kids, the way they recruit them, take all sorts as long as it ticks a box. I am sorry to hear about Police Constable Jarvis. I'm really sorry.
Thanks for your help.
Been talking to Vincent's colleagues. He was very popular. They're absolutely gutted.
Well, not quite all of them.
What do you mean?
I was talking to a Sergeant Durrant. I mean, he said he was sorry, but...
Huh?
Well, I didn't quite believe him.
Vincent got home about 7. He clearly hadn't had a good day at work. But he didn't want to talk about it.
What time did he go out?
Well, we'd had our tea. I watched TV, and Vincent went up to his room to play computer games. He was back down again before 10, because we always watched the news together.
Take your time.
He got a text.
Do you know who it was from?
No. He said it was from a mate. He had to go out. He never came back.
According to his mum, Vincent only ever wanted to be a police officer. She also confirmed that Vincent was left-handed.
So it's increasingly likely the knife was planted in his right hand.
What we need to know is who texted Vincent just before 10 p.m.
I'm waiting for a response from Vincent's service provider.
Any news on the tenant from the crime scene? Saskia Dunleavy.
Nothing.
What about her friends and family?
Saskia grew up in care. We haven't found anyone to talk to us yet.
Right, if we don't find her soon, I'll do an appeal.
Young black policeman stabbed, knife planted on him. Isn't that the same MO as the murder of Police Constable Tyler Bates outside that pub? But you'd already thought of that.
Yeah, it struck me straight away. But we need to make a more concrete connection if we're going to link the two investigations.
So Tyler Bates and Vincent Jarvis could have been killed by the same person? A serving police officer?
The same psycho who threatened my kids.
If we lock him up, you get your family back.
Either of you seen this girl? Her name is Saskia.
The tech team have got into Vincent Jarvis's phone. It was Saskia Dunleavy who texted him last night.
What did she say?
Just one word: help.
How do we know it was from her?
She and Vincent have been messaging the past few weeks.
In a relationship?
It looks that way.
You okay?
Just had the Deputy Assistant Commissioner on the phone, not putting pressure on us to find out who killed Constable Jarvis.
Well, it is high profile. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Your ex-husband was buried yesterday. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Look, Rob's found something in Saskia Dunleavy's phone records. Threatening messages from the downstairs neighbour, Kelly Thompson.
How threatening.
Downright nasty.
I presume this Kelly didn't mention it when you spoke to her.
Of course you didn't.
Nick her for harassment. I should encourage her to tell us the truth.
Hey, did you get a hold of Kelly Thompson?
Yeah, we did. Rob's bringing her in now.
Okay, good.
I meant to ask, how was the funeral?
It was, you know, a funeral.
Did the chief super have any other relatives?
His parents are both dead, and his sister lives in New Zealand.
So you ended up...
Yeah, talking to people I haven't seen in 25 years.
How was that?
Yeah, I've had better days.
When you found the chief super in that state,
I know you mean well, Billy, but Jack and I were divorced over 25 years ago.
but you must want to find the man who killed your ex-husband.
Yeah, of course I do.
Did you go to the grave?
Yeah, for my sins.
No offense, Sarge, but I just find it hard to believe that you would watch your ex-husband being buried and feel nothing.
You know what I felt? I felt furious that someone so intelligent could be so stupid. I mean, there was me, Rob, the detective inspector, the deputy assistant commissioner, all running around, stitching together this deal to guarantee his safety. And what did Jack McGrew do?
He got himself killed.
Stupid. These are the threatening text messages you sent to Saskia Dunleavy. What did she do to make you so upset?
Well, she complained about the baby crying. The cheek of her. You should hear the noise she makes all day and night.
Did you see Saskia yesterday evening?
Yes.
Tell us what happened.
Oh, I went up there
When?
about 7:30
Why did you do that?
to have it out with her.
Have what out?
What she did to George.
George who?
George Stubbs.
Sorry. Did you say George Stubbs?
Yeah.
What did Saskia do to George Stubbs?
Well, she told that police officer that George had drugs in his car.
Which police officer?
The guy I found dead this morning.
What, the guy you couldn't even look at?
What is George Stubbs to you?
He's the father of my baby.
George Stubbs, property developer, no criminal record.
Spoke to his wife. She hasn't seen George since 8 o'clock this morning. He hasn't shown up for work and he's not answering his phone.
He was stopped and searched by Constable Vincent Jarvis yesterday afternoon, and he was not happy about it. The patrol sergeant had to come out and pour oil on troubled waters.
Did the officers search Stubbs' car?
Yep, no sign of any drugs.
Kelly's convinced Constable Jarvis was given a dodgy tip-off by her neighbour, Saskia Dunleavy.
Is that reason enough for George Stubbs to stab a police officer?
And plant a knife in his hand.
What exactly does Kelly say happened last night?
George came around about 9. They had sex and a pizza, and then Kelly fell asleep and she didn't hear George leave.
So where's George Stubbs now? And where the hell is Saskia Dunleavy?
That's great, thanks. Saskia Dunleavy's turned her phone on.
At last, you got a location?
Yep, she's in Camberwell on Glenshade Road, heading for the Ferncott estate.
Billy, let the detective inspector know you can call off the press conference. Shall we grab her before she disappears again?
Well, thanks for nothing.
Saskia Dunleavy? Chasing suspect south down Beckman Street towards the estate. Stay there. Hold your hands out. Saskia Dunleavy, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Come on, let's go. Boss, once you're ready.
I didn't kill Vincent. I loved him.
So who did?
Can't tell you that.
But you know.
Of course I know.
Let me get this straight. A police officer is found dead in your flat, stabbed with one of your kitchen knives. You disappear from the crime scene, and we have to track you down and arrest you. And you're telling us it wasn't you who killed Police Constable Jarvis. It was someone else, who you refused to identify.
Yeah. Scared of him. Scared he could kill me too.
We can offer you protection.
From him. You're having a laugh, aren't you?
Why not?
Because of who he is.
Okay, Saskia, why don't you talk us through what happened last night?
I've said all I'm going to say.
Did you give Vincent the tip-off about George Stubbs having drugs in his car?
He deaf.
Do you buy any of that?
I believe she's scared if you ever kill Vincent Jarvis. You offered her protection. She turned it down because of who he is.
Well, who then?
A serving police officer. Rob spotted it, so did I. The MO of Police Constable Vincent Jarvis's murder is almost identical to the murder of PC Tyler Bates. Now, presumably, the murderer thought if he could get away with it once, he could get away with it 5 times.
All the victims were stabbed in the abdomen.
George Stubbs is just called in.
Called in?
He's agreed to come in for interview. Sounds like he's ready to spill.
Do you want me to sit in on a Stubbs interview?
I'd like the detective inspector to do it.
Don't want to tread on anyone's toes.
No, that's fine. You spoke to Saskia Dunleavy?
Okay, then.
The reason I asked David to sit in is so that you're free to do something else for me.
I was in a panic. When Kelly called me this morning and told me she found that copper dead, I didn't know what to do.
Slow down, Mr. Stubbs.
Last night, my wife thought I was in a business dinner, but I wasn't. I was with Kelly.
We know that.
I was sitting in the park all day. I knew I had to speak to you people, but before that, I had to tell my wife where I was last night, which meant telling her about Kelly and the baby.
And how did you take it?
She wasn't exactly over the moon.
Mr. Stubbs,
Yes.
can we talk about last night? When you got to Kelly's place, what happened?
Kelly was worried that the noise from next door was going to wake the baby.
So what did you do?
I went out onto the landing. I was going to bang on that Saskia's door, ask him to keep it down.
And did you? Bang on the door?
No.
Why not?
I saw that copper from the stop and search yesterday afternoon. The young guy.
Where is he?
He was coming along the corridor.
And then what happened?
The copper, he banged on the door of Saskia's bedsit. The door flew open and they both started shouting.
The copper and Saskia?
No, the copper and the man inside of Saskia's bedsit.
Which man?
The other copper from the stop and search. The older one, the sergeant.
What are you up to?
Vivian's asked me to do some digging. She spoke to the uniformed sergeant who was called out to the George Stubbs stop and search yesterday. She feels something about the sergeant isn't right.
What's his sergeant's name?
Ian Durran.
We know who killed Vincent.
He's going to think I told you.
He's not. Because you didn't tell us. There's another witness.
Who?
Kelly's boyfriend, George. He saw the killer let Vincent into your flat.
We also know the killer is a serving police officer.
Why don't you start at the beginning?
A few weeks back, Vincent got called out when I got caught shoplifting. He ended up giving the shop manager 30 quid of his own money just to forget about the whole thing. After that, I was grateful. So, I pass him the odd juicy nugget of information. Drug stuff, mainly. Vincent ended up with a few decent arrests.
Yesterday?
Kelly downstairs was doing my head in. So I told Vincent that a man was going to be dropping drugs off just before tea time.
But Vincent didn't find any drugs on George Stubbs.
Only because he didn't get time to look properly. Stubbs kicked off and then that other copper turned up.
Can you describe him?
White, beard, fit looking.
This other copper, how did he end up at your bedside?
I think that was my fault. I watched the whole thing and the stop and search from my window. I couldn't believe it when they let Stubbs go, so I went and had it out with Vincent.
In front of this other police officer?
Yeah.
So the other police officer worked out the intel came from you?
Yeah.
It means he also knew where you lived?
What time did the second police officer come to your bedsit?
I think it was about 10:15. Someone was knocking on the door, so I looked through the spile. When I saw it was that cop, I just shouted for him to go away.
What happened next?
He wouldn't go anywhere. So I texted Vincent. Asked him for help.
How did the second officer get into your bedsit?
He pushed the door. And gave way. He threw me against the wall. Told me I was a slut for seeing a black officer.
And how long was it before Vincent turned up?
God, it felt like ages. I picked up a saucepan and I whacked that copper in the ribs with it. It only winded him, but it gave me enough time to lock myself in the toilet.
And when Vincent arrived?
And they were fighting. I let myself out the toilet. When I saw the front door was open, I just ran for my life. That guy is insane.
This Sergeant Ian Durrant, I'm sure I've seen him somewhere before.
You have. We think he's the one that threatened your kids.
Of course, that's him.
Durrant was the officer who found Harry Steadman dead.
Yeah, except he didn't find him dead. He killed him. He killed all of them.
Durrant went off duty just over an hour ago. Reported himself sick. His patrol car's still in the yard of his police station.
The Deputy Assistant Commissioner sends her congratulations. This team managed to ID Durrant when nobody else did. But she's tasked the Serious Crime Manhunt Unit to track Durrant down and arrest him.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, manhunts are hardly our skill set.
So what do we do now?
We continue with the investigation into Police Constable Jarvis's murder.
Which means we continue to investigate Ian Durrant, so we can search his flat.
Detective Constables Rob Brady and Billy Fitzgerald. We're leading the search. Cheers.
You need to see this. This is from the evidence store. According to the label, there should be a gun and bullets inside it.
So Durrant's armed. Call it in. I was a uniformed constable during the riots.
What was it like?
Not exactly a bundle of laughs.
Do you reckon Durrant took these?
Looks like it. Billy. Obviously didn't go down the digital route.
Look at these.
That's the Deputy Assistant Commissioner. Why's Darren taking pictures of her?
We've got a serious problem. Rob and Billy think that Darren's next target is the Deputy Assistant Commissioner.
Why do they think that?
Well, his flat is full of photos of her. He also booked a gun at the property store earlier today, just before he went off sick.
I've got the DAC's mobile number.
Darren's first victim was a black police officer. Vincent Jarvis was also a black police officer. The Deputy Assistant Commissioner is a black police officer.
We need to do something. We shouldn't just be standing here.
That was the Deputy Assistant Commissioner's office. They think she's turned off her mobile because she's visiting Vincent Jarvis's mother.
Let Rob know. He's much closer. I'll organise armed backup.
That's Darren's car.
He's in the driver's seat.
Shouldn't we wait for our backup?
Find out how far away they are.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to stop him from killing any more police officers.
Stop!
You! In my uniform! It's an insult. And it ends now.
Do you want to arrest him?
Ian Durant, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Police Constable Tyler Bates, Grace Harper, Harry Steadman, Chief Superintendent Jack Mulgrew, and Police Constable Vincent Jarvis. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later align in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? Come on, let's get him up. Come on in.
You were supposed to wait. You got shot at.
He missed. Besides, I didn't need armed backup.
I just saw an opportunity.
Great work, Billy.
The Deputy Assistant Commissioner's gone back to write up her statement. She wants to buy us all a drink, later.
Can it wait? Now that Darren's in custody, I just want to see my kids.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I'm really glad that it was you and Rob that finally arrested Darren.
Because of the colour of our skin.
Is that the wrong thing to say?
No, you're right. There is a certain satisfaction in locking him up.
There's plenty more to take his place.
What, in the police?
Most of them just hide it better than Darren did.
I've just heard from HQ. Darren will only agree to talk to one police officer. You can say no.
Of course I can't.
I'll drive you.
This is Mulgrew.
Detective Sergeant Cole.
You never stop talking about you know.
Good friends, were you?
The best.
Is that why you killed him?
You know, you got a reputation for being a seriously gifted detective. Old school, you started in uniform, worked your way up. You must really resent it.
Resent what?
Well, they'll let anyone in now. As long as their skin's the right color. Like that pair you gotta work with.
Oh, you mean the two detectives that caught you? Shall we begin?
Bet your kids have missed their daddy.
Not as much as their daddy's missed them.
What are you waiting for? I can finish up here.
Don't threaten my kids. That's why I need to know if he was acting alone. If he was, then I can bring my family back home. Sarge said she's gonna ring me.
You killed 5 people without any help from anyone. No joint venture.
These killings are down to me.
So you did act alone?
Yeah. Entirely alone.
Really? Tyler Bates was stabbed outside a pub. We know there was at least one other person there.
Your husband? Yeah. I was the one who killed Bates.
Can I ask why?
There we were. Me and your husband. Minding our own business, having a drink outside the pub. We were bothering nobody. Police Constable Bates walks past on patrol. Recognise the chief superintendent. He comes steaming over. There's a real pop at him for drinking at the Rose and Crown. Him, a rookie cop.
That pub has a reputation for being right-wing racist.
It's still a free country last time I checked.
Then what happened?
I asked Bates to control his behavior in front of a senior officer.
And did he?
Of course not. He went off on one, banging on about institutional racism.
So what did you do?
I went into the pub kitchen, picked up a knife. I went back outside and I stabbed it in his gut.
And you're proud of that?
There was no way I was going to let him get away with speaking to the chief super like that.
And was the chief superintendent grateful?
He covered my tracks.
Why did Jack do that? For you?
2011. The London riots on a Sink estate. Your husband, me, and one of our ethnic colleagues. Gang of black guys charged us. One of them got hold of Jack. He had a hammer. Our ethnic colleague was like a rabbit in a headlight. He just stood there, calling it in.
You saved Jack's life.
See, right, I did. If I hadn't intervened, those thugs would have killed him.
And then?
A few months later, I got pulled over for driving over the limit, and I asked Jack to make it go away.
But if he got found out, his career would have been over. I would have killed him. You had him by the balls.
We were brothers in arms.
No. Jack wasn't a racist. He never agreed with you, never. Okay, let's talk about the other murders. Grace Harper, why did you kill her?
She saw me knife Bates. I had to shut her out before she revealed my identity.
And Harry Stedman?
That was an accident. That's the one I regret. He was a nice lad.
And what about PC Vincent Jarvis? Was he a nice lad?
He never should have been wearing the uniform.
You make me sick.
You know, Jack was right about you. You really are nothing special. Now, to hear Jack tell it, your wedding night was a disaster and your marriage just fell apart from there. You couldn't perform in the bedroom, so what did you do? You ran away!
You didn't have to wait.
I wanted to. How did it go?
Well, he's admitted to all 5 murders, and it looks like he was working on his own.
Good. Well done. Counter-terrorism haven't found any connection.
Look, I have to ring Rob.
Thanks, Vivian.
All clear?
Yes. She's confident Durrant's a lone wolf.
So go.
You should call it a day.
I'm just sorting a bed and breakfast for Saskia and leaving. Her bed sits to the crime scene.
You don't have to do that.
I know. I want to. Go.
Thanks for sorting the B&B. I don't think I'll ever be able to go home after what happened to Vincent.
It's no problem.
Your mate Rob,
What about him?
he's still here.
Why?
I need his help.
I can help you.
I've met him before. He doesn't recognise me. It was a really long time ago. I was just a kid.
So what really happened with Durrant? It's clearly got to you.
He said some things about Jack, about our marriage, and his twisted idea of how it ended.
How did it end?
We were both detectives, both new in CID, and he messed up. I mean, nothing major, but enough to get him into trouble, and he asked me to lie to cover up his mistake.
You refused.
No. He was my husband. So I told the lie, and then I packed my bags and left him.
Did you love him?
Leaving him was the hardest thing I have ever done. Does that surprise you? That I've loved?
Once upon a time, maybe, but... Well, now I know you better.
Can't you just, like, give me Rob's number? He'll understand.
No.
Right, listen to me, you stupid cow.
Take a step back.
If I don't get to talk to Rob, you lot are gonna have another murder to investigate.
Really?
Well, ask yourself. You really want to take the...
Saskia Dunleavy? Stay there. I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court.
Why don't you talk us through what happened last night?
I've said all I'm gonna say.
Did you give Vincent the tip-off about George Stubbs having drugs in his car?
Deaf. No comment. If I don't get to talk to Rob, you lot are gonna have another murder to investigate.
Really?
You really want to take the risk?
Excuse me, I'm a police officer. I need to use your phone. Cheers. Yeah, police, please. It's Detective Constable Rob Brady. Yeah, I need police officers and a murder investigation team. A woman's been strangled.
Detective Constable,
Detective Inspector Rafiq?
did you kill her?
No, of course not.
So what happened?
I don't remember. I think I was drugged. Saskia Dunleavy, she's in the passenger seat. I checked her vital signs, so there'll be some DNA cross-contamination. Other than that, I've done my best not to touch anything.
I'm sorry I've got to do this. Rob Brady, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Morning, Sarge.
Morning.
Any sign of Rob?
Not yet. Why are you asking?
Just wondering how his kids are now that his family are back and...
Detective Sergeant Cole. Oh, hi, Yasmin. Say that again. Is Rob okay? Thanks for letting me know.
What's happened?
You better come with me.
I'm actually pretty busy right now.
Shut the door. I've just had Detective Inspector Yasmin Rafiq on the phone.
Lucky you.
She attended a crime scene in Epping Forest. It was Rob that called in the 999.
How come?
Well, it seems he woke up in his car next to Saskia Dunleavy.
Sorry, remind me.
They're a witness in the Vincent Jarvis inquiry.
So what was she doing in Rob's car?
Oh, not a lot. She's dead. Been strangled, apparently.
Rob woke up next to a dead body.
Yep.
Is he all right?
Well, you tell me.
Sorry?
You were asking where Rob was just now. It was obvious you were worried about something.
I spoke to Rob yesterday. I told him what Saskia Dunleavy said to me the other night.
Go on.
She said if she didn't get to speak to Rob, that somebody would end up dead. Saskia told me she'd met Rob before when she was just a kid.
Under what circumstances?
She wouldn't tell me. I only wanted to talk to Rob.
So what did you do?
I called Rob, left a message. He rang me back yesterday afternoon.
What did he say?
He took Saskia's number and he said he'd give her a ring.
My head's still swimming.
We can delay if you prefer.
No. Just get it out of the way.
So when did you last talk to Rob?
He rang me yesterday evening around 10 o'clock.
And what did he say?
He just dropped a young woman off in Limehouse as a favour to Saskia.
Where had he picked this young woman up from?
A party near London Fields.
And what was this young woman's name?
We shouldn't be doing this. Billy needs to make a formal statement.
What was her name?
Elaine. She lives in a squat. I think Rob said it was on Thatchwell Street, number 22.
No, Billy, come with me. I'm going to take you to Detective Inspector Rafiq. This isn't our investigation. We need to stay away from it for Rob's sake.
Whatever's happened, I feel partly responsible.
No. No, you've done the right thing coming to talk to us, okay? Aaron will take your statement.
This way.
How's he doing? Not great. He claims he was drugged. Can't remember much of what happened last night.
Can he tell you where the party was?
So he's given us a name, Gallery Space. We're checking it out now.
Whoever strangled Saskia, did they leave DNA on her neck? That could rule Rob out.
The lab are pretty sure that Saskia's killer wore gloves.
Either you take me to Elaine, or I drag you down to the police station and make your life a living hell. Elaine? Elaine, wake up.
Get off me.
I'm a police officer. You're not in any trouble. I just need to talk to you about Saskia Dunleavy.
Which? What's she done now?
She's dead.
What happened to Saskia?
I'm sorry to say that Saskia was murdered. When did you see her last?
Last night. Just been a right pain.
In what way?
I was at a party at Giles's place. I'm a model. He hires models sometimes. It was a good laugh till Saskia showed up with some copper. Next thing I know, Giles was throwing me out.
And what was the police officer called?
Rob. He was okay. Drove me back here. With Saskia, who caused all the aggro.
Why would you do that?
She
got it into her head that Giles was going to do something bad to me. Which is mad because Giles is a really lovely guy. It was Saskia who introduced me to him before they fell out.
What did they argue about?
Some skank who went missing. Saskia kept banging on about how it was Giles' fault.
What was this skank called?
Kitty. I don't know her last name.
When did she go missing?
A couple of weeks ago. Giles seemed to think that she went back up north, but Saskia was convinced something terrible had happened.
And your name is?
Giles Abercrombie.
You live here?
Upstairs.
What is this place?
Gallery, performance space, you name it. Can I ask what this is about?
We're investigating a murder. Saskia Dunleavy.
No. What happened?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me that. Was she here last night?
Yes. But she was fine when she left.
What time was that?
About midnight. She left with one of your lot. The police officer. They left together.
You sure about that?
Certain. I was worried he was too out of it to drive, but I didn't dare say anything. With him being a copper and all.
When you say out of it, do you mean he was drunk?
No way, not drunk. That guy had taken something.
Do I have to do this?
Your friend's been murdered. You need to make a formal statement. Detective Constable Farouk will look after you. This way.
Who's that?
Elaine Latimer, the young woman Rob drove home last night. I thought I'd save Detective Inspector Rafik a job. Track the girl down, bring her in.
It's very generous of you.
Well, you know me. All heart.
I've spoken to a witness who saw you and Saskia leave the party together just after midnight.
I don't remember doing that.
Okay. This is CCTV from a camera on the street where the party was held. It was taken at 5 minutes after midnight. Is that you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, is that your coat?
Yeah. But that isn't my baseball cap.
You sure?
Positive.
We need to find this Kitty. We should still have access to Saskia Dunleavy's phone record. See if you can find a Kitty in there.
I hate to sound like a broken record.
I'm fully aware this isn't our investigation, Sergeant. If we find anything useful, we'll pass it on.
Kitty Maguire, 17 years old, grew up in Care, moved down from Manchester 3 months ago. I found a series of texts between Saskia and Kitty. Those texts stopped 2 weeks ago.
When I spoke to Elaine, she told me Kitty went missing 2 weeks ago.
So Kitty could be dead.
Maybe that's why Saskia was so determined to get Elaine away from that party last night. Because whoever killed Kitty was there.
So did that person kill Saskia too? And if they did, why?
To stop her talking, presumably.
We need to pass this on to the official investigation.
David Bradford? Yeah, of course, mate. I'll be right there. Rob has asked to see me.
Tell him we're all thinking of him.
Will do.
What will I do with this intel?
Pass it on. I'm not stopping you. I'm not stopping you from following it up, either.
I'll talk to Detective Inspector Rafiq.
Do you want me to carry on looking into Kitty Maguire's disappearance?
I don't suppose it can do any harm.
See yourself now. Billy said Saskia was desperate to get hold of you. What was that about?
She told me that we met before, when she was a kid in care. I'd arrested the bloke that was abusing one of her friends.
But you didn't recognize her?
No, it was years ago. According to Saskia, I saved her friend's life back in the day. Then last night, she told me there was another girl in serious danger. She wanted me to go to a party.
And you went along with that?
Saskia was upset. Really distressed. When I got to the party, all I did was flash my warrant card. I asked the host to chuck a girl out.
Elaine?
That's right, Elaine. I drove her back to her squat in Limehouse.
And what time was that?
About 11 o'clock. Just as I was about to head home, Saskia texted me. She was still at the party.
And what did the text say?
Help.
So you went back?
I asked the host, Giles something, where Saskia was. He went off to find her. Then someone offered me a drink.
And you accepted him?
It'd been a really long night.
You'll be glad to hear that Elaine is safe and well. I brought her in.
Sorry?
She mentioned a girl called Kitty, a friend of Saskia's. No one's seen her for 2 weeks.
I don't want you anywhere near this investigation. Why do you think I called 999 instead of ringing your phone? Tell me, have you got access to the crime scene? The place where the party was held? Witness statements? Forensics?
No.
Well, then how the hell can you investigate? You and I both know all you're gonna do is get in the way. I want you to allow Detective Inspector Rafiq to do her job.
I just wish they'd given it to someone else.
What's your problem with her? Are you being serious? Is there any female officer in this service that you haven't slept with?
It was ages ago, before I was married.
You're unbelievable.
Yasmin, we found some evidence relating to the Saskia Dunleavy case.
Has this got anything to do with David Bradford interfering with my witnesses?
The missing girl, Kitty Maguire, it's got to be worth following up.
It is, and we will.
And you want us to back off?
Look, if one of my team was under suspicion, I'd feel the same, but...
But you'd play by the rules.
I went back to that party. I After that, I don't remember anything. All I do remember is waking up next to a dead woman. They've got CCTV of someone that looks like me driving my car to Epping Forest. Was it me? I haven't got a clue.
This will be okay. I promise.
Will it? You and I both know they're just words.
Why the hell didn't your team drive Elaine Latimer home?
Sorry?
She's just been abducted. From outside this building. 2 guys in a van. I've already circulated the registration and the photos I took.
Well, you were there.
Yes, I was there. But too far away to intervene. She's a vulnerable witness. You let her just walk out the front door.
She wasn't under arrest. She wanted to go. What was I supposed to do?
I'm gonna go and find her.
Detective Inspector.
What?
The minute you get a sniff of where that girl is, you hand your intelligence over to me.
Bad news on the van. The plates are false.
It doesn't mean we can't track it, though.
Of course, I'm still hopeful it might show up on ANPR or CCTV.
How did those guys know that Elaine was in this building?
They must have followed you from the squad.
I wasn't followed. I'd know if I was being followed.
Or Elaine told someone she was here.
Which means she must have made a call.
Elaine Latimer's phone switched off, so no live cell site. At 10:25, however, Elaine made a call on her mobile.
I brought her in near 9:30, so she was definitely in this building when she made that call.
Do you know who she rang?
Yeah, the subscriber is a Giles Abercrombie.
Both Rob and Elaine said the host of the party was called Giles.
It's got to be the same guy.
I thought you'd want to know. We found 2 sets of tyre tracks in the forest. Rob's, obviously. The other set were made by a wider commercial tread pattern.
A van?
Look, I'll level with you. My whole team think that Rob's been set up. We reckon someone else drove Rob's car to Epping Forest. What we've been wondering is how that other person got away.
In a van?
Yeah, that's how it's looking.
Giles Abercrombie has to be one of them. Elaine phones and tells him she's in this building. The moment she walks outside, he grabs her.
Trust me. We'll find them.
Wouldn't trust her to run a bar.
Elaine said Kitty went missing 2 weeks ago, around the same time Giles Abercrombie threw one of his parties.
So Kitty was there at the party?
Definitely. She posted about 100 photos. There were loads of her with this guy.
Who's he?
She tagged him as Xander. A quick check on Company's house tells me that Giles Abercrombie and Xander Gray are joint directors of 3 companies, including the one that owns the gallery.
So who is Xander Gray?
Trustafarian, due to inherit billions when his parents die. He was also at the party last night. And then there's this.
What was Gray accused of?
False imprisonment, and sexual assault. The complainant was a 17-year-old girl.
Do we know why the accusation was dropped?
The complainant changed her story, said it was a misunderstanding.
In other words, she was paid off.
When she first went to the police, she told them that he got hold of her by the throat.
Sounds like a pattern is emerging. Okay, let's have a word with Mr. Gray.
I spoke to his PA. She said he's on his way to the gallery that he owns in London Fields.
Oh, that must be the place that Rob went to last night.
Right, we'll meet him there. Billy, you stay here, man the phones. We get a trace of that van, I need to know straight away.
Of course.
I want this locked down.
Sorry, sir?
I don't want Detective Inspector Rafiq knowing what I'm doing.
What do I say if she asks?
Lie. Vivian, come with me.
We so shouldn't be doing this.
Is this going to take long? Because I am super busy today.
I'm Detective Inspector David Bradford. This is my colleague, Detective Sergeant Cole. We'd just like to ask you a few questions.
About what?
Where you were last night, between 10 p.m. and 1 in the morning.
I was here. At a party. For some of the time, anyways. I didn't stay too long.
With Giles Abercrombie.
Yeah. He's a business associate of mine.
Do you know where Mr. Abercrombie is now?
Right now? Afraid I don't.
Do you recognize this young woman?
No. Who is she?
Her name is Saskia Dunleavy. Ring any bells?
None. Sorry.
She was found dead this morning. Strangled.
I'm sorry to hear that. I do hope you find whoever is responsible.
What happened to your face?
It's my own stupid fault. I've just got a very lively puppy, and I got too close.
Oh, you should get those seen too. They look deep.
I'm fine. Now, is there anything else? Because I really must be somewhere.
That's it. Thanks for your help, Mr. Gray. We'll see ourselves out.
Billy, hi. Sandra Gray's got deep scratches on his face. Can you find out from the lab whether they discovered any DNA under Saskia Dunleavy's fingernails? Yeah, thanks.
Smart thinking.
Well, it's worth a try. Anything to get Rob off. Where's he going?
Let's find out.
Do you think they've got a lane in there? I can't see the van.
There's only one way to find out.
We haven't got a warrant.
Life is at risk. We don't need one. What? I'm not going to knock on the door and ask nicely. What if these people panic and injure the poor girl? Or worse.
Please. David, wait for backup.
You do not tell me what I should and shouldn't do just because we shared a moment.
has nothing to do with this.
Really? You seem to forget I'm your senior officer.
You're accusing me of being unprofessional. If you break in there and there is no sign of Elaine, how will you explain that?
Unlike you, I'm willing to take the chance.
Well, it won't just be you in trouble.
You know, you're right. That's why I'm standing you down.
You're doing what?
Go back to base.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
I don't know. Take a taxi or a bus.
I can't leave you on your own.
Just go. That is an order.
Is he?
I'm a police officer.
Stop talking, or I'll do you some real damage.
What were you thinking?
Give me a hand moving, Hammond.
This is a nightmare.
This is David Bradford. Leave me a message.
What are we going to do now?
Will you give it a rest?
I didn't tell the police anything, I swear.
Because you thought you could get some cash out of me.
Billy, it's me. I need urgent assistance. Now.
The search team have found a shallow grave in Epping Forest. We think it might be the missing girl, Kitty Maguire. So Saskia was right. Yeah. Where are you going? What's your detective inspector up to now?
Who's that?
Detective Sergeant Vivian Cole, and I'm looking for my colleague, Detective Inspector David Bradford.
He's not here.
Well, I think he is.
Well, you better get a search warrant then.
Do you really want to play this game?
I don't know what you mean.
I also have reason to believe that Elaine Latimer is here.
Who?
This is all down to Sandra Gray, isn't it? Is Elaine okay?
Yes. But your mate, Copper, Sander locked him up. I don't know what to do.
hell is Giles playing at? Do not move.
Hello again. Sandra Gray, I'm arresting you on suspicion of...
Let him go, Giles!
Get off me!
Stop, police! Hands behind your back.
Sandra Gray, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of Saskia Dunleavy and Kitty Maguire. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Hello?
I'm glad to see you.
Here.
We told the girls we could get them modeling jobs. All they had to do was come to our parties.
Is that how you met Kitty Maguire?
Yeah. Saskia brought her. Sandra told me what happened with Kitty. They were having sex. He said it was an accident.
Did you believe him?
Till last night.
When he strangled Saskia Dunleavy?
I went upstairs. She was just lying there. Sandra said I had to help him move her body. Pin it on that police officer. He said I was already an accessory. Because I dug the hole he buried Kitty in.
Who drove the car?
I did. Sandra made me put that detective's coat on. He followed in the van. Look, I thought he was all right. I thought he was my friend. But he's crazy.
You don't look too clever, boss.
I'll live.
Did you find out why Elaine phoned Giles Abercrombie from the police station?
She'd worked out it was those two who killed Saskia. She was asking for money to keep quiet. I think she's learned a lesson.
Hello.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
We analysed the DNA found under Saskia Dunleavy's fingernails. It's a match with yours.
That will be because I killed her.
And why did you do that?
Because she wouldn't shut up.
And Kitty Maguire?
The same. Yeah.
What did she say?
That I was hurting her. Why couldn't you just keep her trap shut? Why can't any of you women ever stay quiet?
I hear the Sarge saved my bacon.
It was a team effort.
I presume that means you didn't listen to a word I said then?
I did try to stay away from the investigation.
For about 2 minutes.
I did. I went for a coffee Next thing I know, Elaine Latimer's being abducted right in front of me.
Hello? Sure. I'll let him know. That was Detective Inspector Rafiq, sir. She'd like to talk to you in her office.
Sounds like you're gonna get your leg slapped.
She should be down on her knees thanking me. We did her job for her. Go home, mate. I feel like a naughty schoolboy reported to the headmistress's office.
Well, I should report you after what you did today.
But you're not going to.
You know full well I can't, under the present circumstances.
I'm sorry.
You always are.
Can I buy you a drink?
I'm just gonna head home.
I think you might need one. A mate of mine works at London Central. And when you were there the other night, something got caught on CCTV.
What?
You and the detective inspector.
Has anyone else seen this?
I don't know.
What about Vivian? Does she have any idea?
No, she hasn't a clue.
What about you and her?
I've shut that down. Completely.
Okay.
दोई काने माड़िए वे जी जाने कबूतर दोई काने जीव जन दोई जीवा जीव जन दोई जीवा मर जामत दोई नाले माड़िए वे जी जाने मर जामत दोई नाले जी जाने कबूतर लाबाजी माड़िए वे जी जाने कबूतर लाबाजी जिन पिछे असी उजड़े जिन पिछे असी उजड़े अज बोल के नहीं राजी माड़िए वे जी जाने अज बोल के नहीं राजी जी जाने हर पासे खोट चना नायो मोहब्बत रिया नायो मोहब्बत रिया ना पहले जनोक जना माड़िए वे जी जाने ना पहले जनोक जना जी जाने बंगा बिकन बाजार आया सामने खद माया अख करण दीदार आया माड़िए वे जी जाने अख करण दीदार आया जी जाने कश्मीर दीवादिए माड़िए वे जी जाने कश्मीर दीवादिए दिल बर्दाश्त करी सोना जुल्म दया दिए माड़िए वे जी जाने सोना जुल्म दया दिए निका हसदे हो तुसी निका निका हसदे हो तुसी निका निका हसदे हो तुसी निका निका हसदे हो कसम खुदा दी जना ओए मेरे दिल विच बसदे हो